Hello, VOD watchers. I'm Xenon Lemon, and today I'm gonna play some Honkai Star Rail. That's the plan for today. If you like what you see, drop a follow. If you really like what you see, subscribe. If you want to stay up to date for when I go live, check out Discord, Blue Sky, and other social media for the going live message. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Future Psycho. I'm back, and I have audio this time, because nobody told me in chat. All three chatters didn't say... or two chatters and like 3 viewers, assumably, didn't tell me my mic was off. So for Discord, I have no, or not Discord, for D&D, I have no audio. Luckily, I was not very involved with the plot. And we've been in an hour plus of, behind, or extra D&D discussion. After what happened at the end of the D&D game. Turn this up. Okay, I have opened Honkai once to do the, like... Where's my controller? To do the, New Year's thing where they were, like, giving away, like, a bunch of jade, and then, I did some pulls. Not for... Was it for the new character? Or was it for... Who did I pull for? I pulled for somebody. It might not have been the new character. Might have been the new character. Which one did I pull on? I either pulled for Hycillans or the new character. Let me see. Wrong way. Hello. Hello, Radiant. Hello. I mean, Quillpath isn't the worst. It might be a little... I guess it depends on which position. Just this character fit more, but doesn't specify which one I was doing. They don't say which one I was doing. I don't remember. I think I might have been pulling on Hycillans first. It might have been... Yeah, I'll go on, but I've been told it doesn't matter which one you pull on for the pity. Yeah. Let's fix this. But, oh, I might have enough for another pool after. Let's go for Hycillans first, and if I get Hycillans, then I'll pull for Yaoguan. It should be enough, yeah. Why is this speeded? Oh, maybe because of the returner bonus. I was like, why is this sped up? Okay. Let's begin. I have heard some vague things about... where the story is going, but I would like to figure out where my... what's red over here. Oh, okay, just the side quest. I was like, why is it red? Maybe side quest someday. But like there is like no time to do side quests. I want the recap. Unless I lost the recap. Okay, view story recap. There we go. Let's begin.
To address the fuel shortage, the Astral Express followed Miss Black Swan's suggestion to travel to Amphorius, a place known as the Eternal Land. However, soon after the arrival, March suddenly fell unconscious, and the landing that Don Hung and I made on Amphorius was anything but smooth. After surviving the crash, the Trailblaze Squad met the local heroes known as the Chrysos Heirs. From them, they learned that the titans sustaining the world were beginning to decay, and that Amphorius itself was scarred and broken. Thus began the prologue of the Flame Chase journey.
Let's put on auto.
At the end of this epic adventure, we uncovered the truth. Amphorius was trapped within the eternal recurrence created by Finan and Cyrene. Their goal was simple: to defy the Aeon and rewrite the world's fated end of destruction. Carrying on Finan's legacy, we stepped once more into the cycle, determined to find a way to break free from fate. After thwarting the schemes of Xandar, the First Genius, and Evernight, we finally gathered together to face the Lord Ravager, Iron Tomb. The battle was so immense that it even drew the gaze of Noose. Herta took Iron Tomb's place, completing her self-coronation as the Lord Ravager fell. And Cyrene, the child of remembrance, gave her life so that the seeds of a new world could take root among the stars.
It is a bit loud, yeah. I'll turn it a smidge down because it is a little louder than my voice. But this is actually the Trailblazer speaking. But though I do have my, like, desktop audio set to be, like, around the same level as my voice. And to be, like, a little bit, like, I should be louder than the average, lower quality stream. Because I've gone to some where you have to, like, use volume master to hear. My audio might be fucked, I just realized that. Wait. Let me fix that. Because my whole setup had to be redone because my internet died. Well, this is the new K-list too. But I just remembered my whole setup had to be redone because my internet got fucked over this last week. And I cleaned my entire desk off during the time period. But that reminds me I need to fix the knob on the microphone. I should be better now. You might have to turn down your volume. Because I'm like, everything should be set up to where I'm a smidge louder than the game can possibly be. Now my voice is where it should be. Okay, we can resume now. You'll just have to turn down a bit. I'll turn this down a smidge more, though.
The epic of Amphorius came to an unprecedented and romantic close. In Noose's extrapolations, the fourth instant had already begun its countdown. With the spirit of Trailblaze shining in full, we brought this journey to a close in the purest, most poetic way imaginable. And as we bid farewell to the Eternal Land, the Astral Express set off once more
My day.
toward its next
I
destination.
mean, the ending was pretty good. The storybook ending was pretty good. Okay, let's go now. But thank you. You're the most helpful chatter today because I did another stream earlier, and no chatter told me my mic was off. You're the MVP today. Okay, where am I going? Oh, view message from the crew. Everyone, you know the drill. Time to depart for our next stop. Meet in the parlor car? Hold on. A guest has arrived. Come to the party car. Himiko's looking for you.
A guest? Huh. Wonder who it could be.
That's my proposal. There's no harm in giving it some thought.
I understand, but the Express's voyages are meant to extend the Silver Rail. That won't change.
But the cosmic situation will. The Legion's threat looms over the universe, and no one can avoid it. Isn't that why you started the trailblazing journey? To connect?
When it comes to the Express's course, I can't make any decisions on my own. Madam Jade, your olive branch should be extended to everyone.
Greetings, nameless ones. Deliverer of Amphorius. I'm here to celebrate our victory before the Express makes its warp jump, and lay the groundwork for a long-term partnership. On behalf of the Strategic Investment Department, and in the name of Diamond, I hereby invite all of you to Astropolis to discuss our alliance.
I saw the trash cake on my Trailblazer's head, and I remembered I ordered from Amazon a while back the little Ron May cake figures, and I was like, do I have the trash cake? I don't have the trash cake. I'm muted because I was going through drawers. I have Blade, Herda, Don Hung, Ron May, and Chingche. Those are the ones I got from the pack. Put them on the desk for now. This is part of cleaning my desk off. I have a Genshin desk mat now. Yeah, Madam Heard of the Peerless Gem. Though the Genshin desk mat is Linny and Lynette and their other sibling, which I didn't get that far in Genshin. It's just I have this because my sister won it in a raffle thing. Okay, jump into the...
Might as well think of it as a gift. A celebration feast for allies. And a well-deserved vacation.
Is that the name of the third sibling between Linny and Lynette? They're in the middle. They gotta be right underneath my keyboard. Right in the splash zone for food.
It's the crown jewel of Epsilon, headquarters of Interastral Peace Entertainment. It might not quite match Penacony in terms of glitz and glamour, but in the eyes of IPC folks, it's the ultimate vacation spot.
We have the best luck with vacation spots.
Defeating Iron Tomb is, of course, a feat worthy of being recorded in the history books. It's something that belongs to the cosmos, and even more so to the Nameless. But you and I both know this is just the beginning. To eliminate the threat of the destruction, all forces must still unite as one. To this end, the Preservation hopes to join hands with the Erudition and the Hunt to establish an anti-destruction alliance, bringing together all forces that can be rallied to the cause.
I'm glad to see the Astral Express is on the list.
You're being too modest. You're heroes who defeated a Lord Ravager, and therefore
Prevented the destruction of the multiverse.
I believe the Trailblaze would make a strong candidate for leadership.
I'm truly flattered.
Consider our vote as a show of sincerity from the 10 Stonehearts. So, may I have the honor of expecting your presence?
Every stop the Express makes is decided by all passengers together. Madam Jade, please, give us some time.
Of course. Then I shall wait with anticipation.
Oh, but have you seen Jade, though? Something about anacondas, I don't know.
Getting to visit the Interastral Peace Entertainment headquarters and become the leaders of the Anti-Destruction Alliance? Come on.
That's too close to
When has anything
anti-entropy.
that good ever just fallen into someone's lap?
Jade is a shrewd businesswoman. Her idea of a leader might not align with what we have in mind. What do you think?
Yeah, but for me it's a homosexuality debuff, unfortunately. For me. And also she's a follow-up attack character. Follow-up attack is so fun. Though I've heard it's no longer fun. With the addition of the elation path. I've heard now that it's a fever dream.
See, I told you he wouldn't agree either.
This responsibility is too heavy to bear. Even if it makes sense, we must proceed with caution. Besides, it goes against our identity as free people of the Express. Once we accept, the nature of the Trailblaze would completely change. Anyway, we should politely decline for now.
I miss the time when follow-up attack meant Yanqing and his like or his 25% chance at like doing a little bit of extra damage. Okay, oh, what's Pom Pom have to say?
The IPC's invitation? We've got to think this through carefully. The conductor will respect every Nameless's choice. However, since setting sail again, Pom Pom's seen many once neutral worlds become IPC territory. Better be careful with Jade's invitation.
I miss the time when 4 stars. Though I have heard that there's finally gonna be another.
Sunday, what does your gut tell you?
From what I know about Madame Jade, every favor she does is just groundwork to put things in her control.
I forgot. No welt. I feel the same way. The IPC wants the Express to spearhead an alliance. They're probably trying to use us.
According to her, the IPC sees the Trailblaze as something to rally behind.
Riding on the Cosmic Alliance's victory over Iron Tomb, having us step up to organize an alliance and integrate the forces against the destruction under the IPC's blueprint. That's quite a clever move. Oh, is it Mr. Rekka that was going to be the 4-star? I just heard from Rice something about another 4-star. I get most of my Honkai news from Rice, not because I'm disinterested. Honkai Star Rail is one of my favorite games, I think, of all time right now. It's just that, like, I'm not getting fatigued on it, but, like, I'm, like, I don't care as much about the, like, the social media updates and reading anything about the community or whatever. I just do it when it comes out. Happily awaiting the next episode instead of, like, focusing on any of the community stuff. Whereas Rice, he immediately gets done everything that he can, and he keeps me up to date on the rumors. But I do like Mr. Rekka. Mr. Rekka's fun. Because I like the English voice actor, Todd Hapercorn. I like his voice acting work. I don't know about him as a person. Just in case, you never know with voice actors nowadays. Voice-wise, though, love his voice. I suggest we proceed with caution. Even if we become the nominal leaders, it won't be easy for us to outmaneuver the IPC. I like that Rekka's crazy as hell. That's good, too.
What do you think?
We have, like, literally no choice, Himiko, so I'm okay with it.
To fight the destruction, we need more allies.
You're right. The more friends, the better. But I'm worried that the cost of this friendship will be our freedom.
From this angle on Himiko, her elbow is shaded for her sleeve. And so it looks like she's got a rash.
The discussion's over, so let's take a vote. I reserve my judgment on this.
I feel the same way.
I second that.
Me too.
Trust everyone's judgment.
I abstain.
Functionally, I am too, Sunday.
After careful consideration, we regret to inform you that we cannot accept your proposal for the moment.
Oh wait, we were saying no? Unable.
I don't suppose Mr. Sunday put in a good word for me, did he?
As you can see, the Astral Express has made its choice.
I misread the situation. I thought we were cautiously going to accept.
But somehow, you don't seem surprised.
Change takes time. I understand. As Miss Himiko said, it's just for the moment. There's no need to give me an immediate answer. Patience is one of my strengths.
I mean, that's pretty fair. But I feel like we'll be pretty railroaded regardless of our, saying no, but the IPC is for sure one of the antagonistic groups.
After leaving Amphorius, the Express will seek out a developed world to restock our supplies. When that time comes, our allies from the Strategic Investment Department are welcome to visit us aboard the Express.
In that case, I have another proposal. One that might be more familiar to Miss Himeko.
Wait, how far back can I go? I can't go back far enough. Okay. Okay, so my misunderstanding was on the name of the planet. I thought they said Arcadia earlier. I guess she was saying we go to a different place. That was where my confusion was.
I hear the moon of Plain Arcadia is full again. I bet Miss Himeko would love to go home and see it, wouldn't you?
Is that where the Express departed from anew?
So the moon is full once again. I wonder if all is well over there.
Stable and prosperous as usual. Plain Arcadia has long since become one of the IPC's most valuable planetary assets. Although I cannot visit there in person, if the Express passes through Plain Arcadia, my colleagues will surely give you a grand welcoming ceremony.
Ominous.
That's very thoughtful of you. We'll give it serious consideration.
Sorry for taking up so much of your time. I should get going now. Remember, the gates of Astropolis will always be open to the Astral Express.
Astropolis was what she
May the
was
winds
saying.
be favorable on your trailblazing expedition.
Because it started with an A, my brain auto-filled it to Arcadia, but it's Plan Arcadia where we're going. They're so suspicious, especially with all the ties to propagation rather than the preservation. Symbolize themselves with a beehive imagery. Bees like a swarm, the swarm would take over planets, drain them of resources. That's a pretty good thing. I haven't thought of it that way. The oh, you're saying like the like geometric pattern that they have is like a beehive. I always thought it was more like kind of like stylized crystals or rocks. But that's a pretty good observation though too. Because it is also hexagonal too.
Plain Arcadia? It's been 15 years since I last heard that name.
But the is it the a recent observation I had was that the Geomarrow on Urilo is amber colored, but like the Amber Lord, but also like the Golden Blood. And it makes me wonder if there's some sort of connection between the destruction and the, what is the name of that one? Whatever Quilloff is. The preservation. Because they're both of the like same color. And on the thought of the color yellow being like, because I also watched recently a video about like how Dahlia's like golden veins on her design are like a mark of the destruction, and so is the tattoo on Fugue's shoulder. And then right now, looking at the Trailblazer with the yellow like ribbons, it's almost like how Nanook's blood is like dripping or whatever. Just on that thought. Also, it's been 15 years since I've heard that name.
It's clear she came prepared. Astropolis was probably just a cover. Jade's real objective was to let us know about the IPC's movements in my homeland.
Are you planning to go back and check it out?
Why don't we first explain things to these confused kids? The civilization of planar Arcadia on Ahatopia is my homeland. And it's also where the Astral Express once crashed and set off again.
I guess that's why she's got a follow-up attack in her thing. Is Ahatopia.
Well, I've been away for so long.
Yeah. And like the that was like what the video I watched about Dahlia was saying, stuff like that. That like the video, their theory that they posited was that like Nanook is Nanook's biggest enemy. And that also that like Nanook hasn't destroyed the world yet because like he's only like destroys like war and stuff. I guess that would also be like why the destruction moves on like worlds that have stellarons, would be that like because they're there to destroy the stellaron or whatever, like to like cut out the cancer. Is a thought I just had with that, is like they attack the worlds that are the places with the stellarons to like cut out the cancer, but like chemotherapy wise where they like eradicate the entire chunk. Would be why they're so attracted to stellarons as well.
To be honest, I'm also not quite sure about this.
The worst day to be missing Lore Master Rice, who knows more about the lore in some ways than I do.
Dan Heng, March 7th, and you've all grown so much during your time in Amphorius. Each of you has become a truly capable Nameless. So you must understand that Jade was right. The Trailblaze no longer means what it once did for the cosmos. Do we keep wandering through space? Or, as she suggested, do we become a core force against the destruction?
One theory that I thought of before I watched a video about it was the idea that the Trailblazer, or player character, will become the finality. But then I saw a video saying that like then the finality becomes the Trailblaze and like repeats in a cycle, which would explain like the like why the finality like rewrites things, like a reverse remembrance. So-called cancer harmony is not very harmonious. Yeah. I'm gonna fix my webcam real quick because I realized it's not tracking. Well, the thing I saw with the Stellarons in that video about the finality and the Trailblaze was that then the theory is that the third face of the harmony, that like the harmony ate the Trailblaze, and the Stellarons are like chunks of the Trailblaze or whatever. And that it's like granting wishes, because like the Trailblaze grants wishes or whatever. It's just like monkey's paw wishes. That was the theory that I saw. And it goes with, like, the different Aeons having different, like, aspects and faces.
We should give this question some serious thought before we depart. Going back to where the Trailblaze began again could be a way to reconnect with our original purpose.
Oh, and it also goes with, like, the idea that the finality is the opposite of the remembrance, whereas, like, the finality goes forward in time and consolidates many into one, and then resets up to the beginning, whereas then the, like, remembrance is, like, the one into many or something. I feel like it goes like that.
More importantly, our last stop was really exhausting, so we need to take a proper break. Ahatopia is an Arcadian world steeped in the elation, making it the perfect vacation spot. So, what do you think? That's my suggestion. Give it some thought. Oh, right. Black Swan wasn't part of our discussion earlier. Would you mind passing the message on to her?
Because, like, there can only be one finality, because there's, like, one ending or whatever. But then there's, like, many, remembrances.
Nice.
Yeah. Or it'd be like, so, like, the Trailblazer becomes the Terminus, and then starts back at the beginning as Akavili, but then gets eaten by the Harmony and broken up into many little pieces, which then, as the Trailblazer, we bring the Stellarons back together to become the finality and, like, repeat the cycle. That's, like, my interpretation of the theory. The only part of that I came to on my own fully was the idea that the Trailblazer, the player character, to the finality, but because the game kind of states that at one point in the Dahlia story. And I like how it parallels the Trailblazer and March as being, like, opposite and equal forces, going in, like, the opposite directions of time. Because, like, March as a child of Asavana or whatever will eventually become the Remembrance and go back in time and do whatever she ends up doing. Whereas then the Trailblazer goes forward in time. Or rather, it's that the Trailblazer was created by the Stellaron Hunters, is what the implication I got. Like, via, like, the Stellaron. Although they don't get the Stellaron until later, though. To be, like, a vessel for the Stellaron. But then also, like, they've always kind of had the, like, that the Stellaron Hunters and the Trailblazers are, like, two sides of the same coin. So it makes sense for their god to be the same god, just in, like, different stages. Go talk to up here. And it fits with this whole, like cycle theme that Honkai has, because what was it? I was talking about, Impact Third with some other friends the other day. And I was like trying to remember, we were talking about Welt in particular and how Welt is in both games. And I'm like, oh yeah, Welt has a kid. And so I looked up Joyce or whatever. And then I played like a set of cutscenes because I haven't played most of I've only played like the first like 4 chapters of Impact Third and like a little bit of like 1 chapter in Post Honkai Odyssey and like 1 chapter in Honkai Impact Third Part 2. So the picture I have in my head's not complete. But so I'm like, oh yeah, I know though that Welt has a kid named Joyce, and so I looked up pictures of Joyce to show them, and we were watching cutscenes. And then one cutscene set had an older Joyce palling around with Tesla and Edison. And like somebody jokingly said it looked like Edison and Joyce were flirting. And I'm like, no, the age gap for that is no good because Edison's already an adult at the beginning of Impact Third, and I know Joyce is like a little kid. But then, the cutscene showed Joyce adopting Welt. And they were calling Joyce Welt Joyce, because that's, that Joyce's name. They were saying Welt Joyce. And I'm like, did Joyce go back in time and adopt Welt, and then Welt adopts Joyce? And we were like, is this another fucking time loop? But then I googled some more, and the Joyce that Welt adopts is a clone of his adopted father, but they're both named Joyce. And so it goes like Welt Joyce, Joachim Welt Yang, which is our Mr. Yang Welt, and then Joyce Yang, which is Welt's adopted child, who is a clone of his adopted father. But I almost thought for a moment that it was another, like, time loop. But then another friend who had another bit of information was saying that the Hershers in Impact Third also follow a sort of loop that is kind of similar to the pre-time loop Amphorius, where like different generations were taking on the core flames or whatever, is similar to like what was going on for the Honkai Impact Third world before the main timeline. Except with a lot more clones. There's a lot of fucking clones in Impact Third. Otto just couldn't fucking help himself. Otto being Mocha.
I heard you have some ideas about the next stop.
Are you still a party member?
Sorry,
No.
but I'm afraid my journey with the Express has come to an end. The Memo Keepers have received summons from the Garden of Recollection, so I must return to report. But this journey through Amphorius has given me many unforgettable memories. Your trust, and my small act of rebellion against the Garden of Recollection. Covering up these traces won't be easy, so I need to leave quietly. Fortunately, a cremator has agreed to help me out, and she's waiting for me.
You already share memories with us. Yeah, that's a valid question.
Of course not. The time I've spent with all of you is a treasure I couldn't find anywhere else. When you miss me, gently call out to me in your thoughts. If needed, the lady slumbering within March 7th knows how to find me. If I need help from the Nameless, I will reach out to all of you. Please convey my apologies to everyone for not being able to say goodbye in person. Farewell, sleepyhead.
Yo, Black Swan dipped.
Plain Arcadia. Another land known as an Arcadia.
Sunday. I mean, like, Planet Arcadia. Sounds like Arcadia. Black Swan dipped.
Clearly, the fall of Iron Tomb has sent shockwaves across the universe. Even the usually scattered memo keepers have received a call to gather.
Adrilla. Oh yeah, Adrilla and the Beauty. That one, yeah. I had a misunderstanding at one point from reading, The Beauty Knight. Name. I'll look his name up in the database in a sec. But the Beauty Knight character. I'll say that after this cutscene. My memory is not as good. I'm bad at names though too. Argenti, yes. I'm bad at names, but then also I think I might have slight long COVID because my memory is not as good as it used to be. But so Argenti, I had a thing where when I first got Argenti, I had him on a team with Ho-Ho. And Ho-Ho, Mr. Tell has the same voice had the same voice actor as Argenti, and still has the same voice actor as Argenti, but it's a different voice actor now. The original Argenti voice actor, for Mr. Tell, he went hard on the growls, and I had them both in the party, and so when Ho-Ho gets hit, Mr. Tell growls. And I had it like on auto, and so I wasn't really listening. It sounded like Argenti was growling. And so, like, my original interpretation of the Beauty Knights was that, like, all the other Beauty Knights became, like, monsters. Based off of, like, half-read Argenti's character story, like, in his, like, character profile page. And the growling. I was thinking he was, like, werewolfing on me or whatever.
Trust the lady. She's no stranger to dancing on a knife's edge, and she's always made it out in one piece.
Let's go to Argenti's page. Where's my mouse? Okay. For the lines that made me think that. So the growling mixed with, when he talks about his companions. Okay, however, his master departed from this world. He once again set out on his lonely journey. During his stay in the city. It's something about his, like, companions. That they, like, fell one at a time to something. Maybe this line: the profane words of the triple demons, resembling fragmented ravings, morphing into manifestations of human desires. They embodied the crass pursuit of personal gain, shameless indulgence in sin, the power. Their aim was to erode the repentance and replace it with banality of common sense. Drenched in blood, teetering on the precipice of consciousness. Something about his, like, the knights embrace the diverse approaches in their pursuit of beauty. Or, like, considering themselves the ugly ones and unable to dominate. Oh, maybe that's part. When he finally encountered his former comrade, he found a knight who had become a fanatic, lost in a blind pursuit of power. The former hero who had wielded the legendary weapon and vanquished the sky Devourer had degraded into a beast. His armor transformed into a scaly hide of the behemoth he had slain, his weapon into unyielding claws and fangs, and his blood into a vicious and restless flame. His eyes, once filled with wisdom, now burned with untamed wilderness. The voice that had once addressed him as my dear friend had dwindled to a hissing cry. The words spoken during the trial carried the weight of the finality's impending prophecy, signaling the looming end. Will he himself succumb to the clutches of the omen of evil? This set here made me, and combined with the growling, made me think that he was like morphing into a monster. like it kind of made me think of like, what's it called? There's an anime called Claymore, where they have like pretty girl knights that fight these like monsters, but their power comes from the monster that they fight, and slowly they turn into the monsters. And so it made me think of Claymore, which made me think that Argenti was also morphing into a, like, slowly losing his mind or whatever, on top of the growling. That's why I thought the growling was coming from Argenti. Okay.
Still thinking about the next stop?
Is that so?
Hello,
If
Suin.
she chose to
Hello.
leave on her own, she must have good reasons for doing so.
I don't know if Soul said last week why I wasn't there. My internet was dead last week. That's why there was no streaming last week. It's an urban looking place. Originally it was supposed to be Japan themed, but then tension between China and Japan got funky. Yeah, that's a good point, Radiant. It was off and on for a whole week, but particularly last weekend was the worst of it. Mixed with a miscommunication with my sister about whether or not the internet was on. So like Friday night at 7:30 p.m., right before I was gonna do Honkai with Rice, it died completely right as I was getting ready to do my prep stuff. And then it did not come back on. So me and Grandma called the internet company, and they like reset the router on their side. But in doing so, they changed my internet name and password. So I didn't know, I didn't have Wi-Fi on my devices. And I didn't think to check the Wi-Fi list to see if there was any new Wi-Fis in the area. And I had already, because I had a thing planned for Saturday afternoon where I was going to be away from the house for a couple hours. And, so when I didn't have Wi-Fi, I just gave up on the internet and decided I was going to spend a couple nights at my grandma's house until we could get someone to check on the internet. Because they completely reset my router, because I have a custom internet name and password. Yeah, they factory reset it to what the router information was. And, well, every time they change the router box, though, it's a new set of information. And all my smart speakers, I either have to manually go and sign them in, or I can just put it back on my normal password and stuff and not worry about it. So I already have it back on my like previous name and password. But so they like reset that, and I didn't know they did that. and I didn't turn on because my computer's got a wired connection, so I would have had internet, and I would have been able to, like, reason out that the Wi-Fi was back on if I had turned on the computer. But after we finished the call with the internet company, I had to get ready for the afternoon thing I was doing. And so I didn't check on my computer, and so I just decided that I was going to spend however long until we had an internet repair person come out to go to my grandma's. But my sister, she's weird about not wanting to leave the house and not sleep in a bed that's not her own bed. So she stayed at home and was just gonna play, like, offline games on her computer and, like, watch YouTube on her phone. And so she stayed home, and I went to grandma's. My sister had internet on her computer and did not text me anything about that. And so Final Fantasy night, I just texted Soul and said I don't have internet. And that my grandma's internet wasn't good enough to stream off of. Because I did bring my entire setup to grandma's, but then I got there and the internet speed wasn't good enough. And then, a different day the next day we came back home to, like, start cleaning up my desk so I could put my computer back in a couple of days when the internet came back. And we walk in on my sister and she's watching YouTube on her computer. And I'm like, how do you have internet? The internet is down. She's like, I got internet on the wired connection. And I checked the Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi was up just under a different name. But I still just, so I canceled on, Danganronpa still. I would have had to have only done, or it was enough for, like, one stream, but not for the double stream, was what the thing was, that I didn't feel like changing my settings. So I just, spent a couple days back and forth between Grandma's house and my house, cleaning the desk up. Like, whenever I came back to my house to clean. But then, and then we had the internet guy out today, and, like, the issue was at the street level, and not at my box level. But it's all good now, and I'm getting more than I'm paying for. But that's why there was no stream last week, because my internet was in limbo.
I hope the Garden of Recollection has no way of knowing what happened inside Amphorius.
I wonder what interesting sights await us in plain Arcadia.
What was the one that I saw that I want to try? Anata. I've seen some ads for Anata. That one looks fun. It looks like GTA mixed with, like, a gacha. Is it silver? That would be good. I don't know if we have... I know we have some mentions of some other Nights of Beauty in one of the, Simulated Universe events. But I don't know if their names are mentioned. And just their hair color.
What? She just left like that? Without even saying goodbye? Aw, I was thinking of throwing her a proper farewell party.
I haven't seen that one yet. Neverness to Everness. I might have seen it, but just didn't think about it yet. I haven't looked closely at that one. If you've brought it up before, it slipped my mind because it infilled. I did do a bit of infilled at Grandma's, just on my own. To where I'm like... I think almost... Oh, what did I beat? I beat another boss. I beat the boss that's, like, with the tree thing. Like, I did the tree thing for infield, where you have to, like, walk the walk to the trees 3 times, and then beat the lit crystal monster.
Black Swan went against the laws of the Garden of Recollection to help us. I wonder if the Memo Keepers will give her a hard time at this gathering. Yeah, Pathstriders of Remembrance are all really resourceful. I hope her path ahead is smooth.
Without Black Swan, the Express would have never made it to Amphorius, let alone experience this unprecedented adventure.
Yeah. I've heard that the story gets better when we get to the second land, like the Chinese-themed zone. So we'll see, because so far the story is just okay. It's kind of interesting. I really should have, like, I feel like if I liked, Arknights a bit better, if I had paid attention to that story and not just, like, played it like a gacha before, I'd maybe be pretty hyped for, Infield. But the gameplay is fun, and I like the factory. And the story's okay. It's so far it's a pretty good offline one to play just to like kill time. I like the factory stuff. Let me think. My the 2 settlements I have are level 4 now, but I haven't found any other ones yet. I probably need to go back into the like zone with the trees and look for the quest that will give me the next settlement or something, because I think I found the zone. Yeah, there's one more in the area. I think I've seen the zone, but I haven't found the quest for it yet. But I also need to set up all my mining rigs in there too for that zone. I'll probably stream more of it after I finish Honkai's story. But I guess I might do Infield Wednesday, depending. I didn't end up with the first Banner Girl, and we'll see if I end up with the second Banner Girl. I haven't got any Banner characters yet. I did get 2 last rites. Like the first last rite was for the like beginner banner, and then I got another last rite somewhere else, and then I got another of the free healer. Those are the only 6 stars I've gotten so far, and I haven't used the select ticket yet. I was gonna wait until I got a few more free pool 6 stars, and then just use the banner ticket once I knew more about the characters. Or the select ticket. Oh, we'll talk before that. Okay. Instead of treating this as a goodbye, why not cherish these memories and look forward to the day we meet again?
Let the conductor sound a whistle for her, and wish her smooth sailing ahead.
So, what have you all decided?
I'm on board. Let's head to Plain Arcadia.
After such a tough battle, we all deserve a good rest. After such a tough battle,
What is that, Don Hung?
we all deserve a good rest.
It would be wonderful to visit your homeland.
I have no objections.
Let's go off to Plain Arcadia.
Since we're all in agreement, Conductor, prepare for the warp jump.
Apparently, warning, this is gonna be visual vomit, is what I've heard from Rice.
Attention passengers! The Express is about to make the jump. Please be seated and hold on.
But yeah, the trailer I saw for Anata looks really good. Yeah, I'm looking. If it plays anything like what that trailer looks like, it'll be pretty fun. Yeah, because that's what I was saying looked like GTA. Yeah.
Destination, Plain Arcadia! Let's go!
There was another one I saw the trailer for that had like skateboards. I don't know which one that was though. For a different gacha. Oh, Yai right away.
I dreamed it again.
Did you dream you were a butterfly, Yai? You're not a butterfly. You're a rabbit.
What a ridiculous dream. Even more over the top than what that guy promised.
The tree reminds me of, there's a scene I've seen clips of for Impact Third where Welt is like stuck at the foot of the world tree. Seems kind of similar to that. Oh wow, Yai Sakura has sakura flowers as her flower theme. Who would have thought?
Looks like the Express has once again taken the wrong route. But there's nothing we can do about it. In the river of time, if cause and effect can be kept apart for long, they're bound to have a terrifying reunion. Am I right, Observer? Watching us from behind countless veils.
Oh, this is the part Rice is talking about. Because I've been wanting to play Arno Surge with Rice. Because it's giving lately Honkai's been giving me themes similar to Arno Surge, specifically the way they've been addressing the player directly. And Rice did comment that they directly addressed the player at the beginning of this. Surprised they're still committed. Well, there's a whole in Impact Third. They're on Impact Third Part 2. And there's a whole like other game inside of Impact Third that like has like an actual open world. There's like at least 2 to 3. Like the first actual open world segment they did involves this character, Yai. Is where they like first started the open world missions. And hers, it starts out kind of like a shit open world, and then post Honkai Odyssey has a more open world, but that one gave me more vibes of like the levels in Devil May Cry. But then Impact Third Part 2 is an open world in the same way that like Star Rail is an open world with the like levels like that. It's just the visual quality is a little bit lower because it's still in the Impact Third engine.
I've been rambling on since the show just started. You must be totally lost, aren't you? Then just forget all that nonsense I was spouting. Anyway, stop looking here. What you should be focusing on is them.